can Donald Trump win the White House again? Well, he certainly hasn't given up on politics. The former president is out in force on the campaign trail ahead of next week's crucial US elections. He was in Iowa last night, but look at what he's got coming up on Saturday. Pennsylvania, Sunday, Florida, Monday he'll be in Dayton, Ohio. He's been speaking at events, of course, in those big sort of show-busy events that he likes to do. And this was probably his biggest hint about his plans for the White House, potentially.
In order to make our country successful and safe and glorious, I will very, very, very probably do it again, okay? Very, very, very probably. Get ready. That's all I'm telling you very soon. Get ready. Get ready.
A not-so-subtle hint, you could say. What are his chances, then, of getting into the White House? Well, these are the latest numbers we've got between him and Biden. You can see it's neck and neck. Actually, Trump's got a slight edge on Biden there. Let's go to Sioux City, Iowa, where the Trump rally took place, and he made those comments. And as Jeff Zeleny is there for us live, what did you make of those comments as they unfolded, Jeff?
Well, Max, look, I mean, the former president has been inching ever closer to teasing a run. So he added a couple more varies, very, very probably, and he said, get ready, but he did not give a time frame. But look, at this point, it would be far more surprising if he did not jump back in and have another bid for the White House than if he would. He's been teasing this, talking about it really for the better part of a year or longer. So the question is exactly when. We're told likely the end of this month. But the bigger point to all this is, are Republicans interested in seeing him come back? And that's a question that we'll have to see play out.
He's also got this major challenge, hasn't he? These legal cases hanging over him. I guess everyone's fully informed on them, but we've got a list of them here. They could prove very challenging for him. Are they going to get in the way of his run for White House?
Look, it's a long list, as you say, as you're showing. I mean, it is a very long list. It's also almost really difficult to keep track of because they're in so many different jurisdictions. And then he returned fire yesterday and filed suit in Florida against the New York Attorney General. And of course, the January 6th Commission is still investigating his role in trying to overturn the election. It goes on and on and on. Will it have an impact on his presidential bid? It's not going to have an impact on his decision to run. He will cast himself as a martyr and use some of these legal challenges as ammunition, really, to fuel his comeback. But the question is, the substance of these allegations in many of these jurisdictions are quite serious. He is still being investigated by the Department of Justice if he had a hand in overturning the election, sparking the insurrection. So, yes, they're very serious. But that's one reason that he may want to jump in so the prosecution's slow a bit. And we reported yesterday, my colleagues on the Justice Department beat reported that, look, they may appoint a special prosecutor to oversee this investigation now if he runs for president. So it'll muddy the waters, no doubt.
He will have competition, won't he, within the Republican Party? So who is likely to run against him in those primaries?
Look, that's one thing that's very interesting. Will he keep anyone out of the race? The Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, who's been rising in popularity in ways good and bad, he's up for re-election here in the U.S. as well, but expected to win on Tuesday. So look for him to be a big competitor against Donald Trump. They've been sort of going head-to-head, some friction between the two of them. They'll be holding competing rallies on Sunday, actually, in the state of Florida. So he's certainly one of them, but there's also a long list that includes Mr. Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence. He has been out campaigning aggressively. He has a book coming out next week. So this is really going to be interesting to see if Trump's moves keep anyone out of this or if there's going to be a very big Republican field. And of course, on the other side, the biggest question of all, Max, politically speaking in the U.S., is Joe Biden going to run again for president? That's something we also obviously have our eye on as well.
Absolutely. Jeff Zeleny.